Researchers at a California university put some numbers to those Live 10 performance improvements. Here is a fact and feature check. Ableton's Live 10 comes with many new and useful features. One exciting new update is the inclusion of the Max for Live, also known as M4L, environment inside of the Live distribution. So, there is no longer a need to download the separate Max application or set that up inside of the Live preferences. Those presenting the new features often highlight this, and I quote, "faster load times and much less CPU." However, there doesn't seem to be much evidence or demonstration to back this up. So, we caught up with researcher Trevor Henthorn, who works at UC San Diego and frequently performs with Ableton Live, Max for Live and hardware. Henthorn schools us on the topic, and I quote, "Application launch time is important in live performance, especially when experimental software is used. A while back, for example, I played a sonification set as made audible with my partner Jeff at a San Diego event called Open Oscillator. We had 8 minutes to play and each of our Ableton sets held our Max for Live patches along with various VST instruments. Of course, my set crashed 3 minutes before we were scheduled to go on. My quad-core SSD laptop took 6 minutes to boot, launch Ableton Live and launch my set. So, yes, I only played for the last half of that 8 minutes. All worked out in the end, and I later traced that crash to VSTs that chose to call home for copy protection. But still, ensuring that my set loads quickly can mean the difference between sound and no sound. At least, as made audible, we prefer sound. Next, we went to the YouTube videos and to find feature information, and I quote, "There are major updates to Max for Live. So, now, Max for Live is fully integrated into Live 10, which means no extra download, no extra install. It automatically starts when Live starts, which also means faster load times and much less CPU." We went back to the university to see if we could gather some real numbers. Henthorn and his team tested load times across Live 9 and Live 10. They shared their experience with us. Now I quote Henthorn, "Comparing computing performance, especially with audio applications, can be tricky," says Henthorn. "To start, we just wanted to get a general idea of the accuracy of the load time and CPU references that we were hearing. So, we started with a simple, stock, Max for Live patch and compared that across different computers and versions of Live and Max. We chose the bundled LFO Max for Live patch since it's relatively simple, just sends MIDI, but also has some visual display, which can contribute to the CPU load. We created a Live 9 set with 1, 16, 64, and 128 instances of that patch and measured how long it took to launch Ableton Live with the set and display the moving LFO sine wave visual. Then, we added instances of the LFO patch until we maxed out the CPU to 90%. We also measured the time it took to open the Max editor. What we found was encouraging. The time to load Ableton Live with the sets was 25% faster in Live 10. However, the CPU usage was about the same, that is, less than 3% better with Live 10. Now, this isn't to say that Live 10 with Max 8 isn't better than Live 9 with Max 7. There are many new features with Live 10 and those new bundled patches are amazing. But, folks, don't expect Live 10 to solve your load time or CPU problems, because it won't. And, another word of advice, if you're performing live, put your laptop in airplane mode and remove those VSTs that call home. If you have load time or CPU load data of your own, please share it. Henthorn has shared his Ableton Live LFO1 and Convo1 projects and test results at https://goo.gl/pdhwte. And, if you're interested in those new Live 10 features or have load time and CPU figures of your own, check out these YouTube videos from NAMM 2018. NAMM 2018, Ableton walk us through Live 10. and Ableton Live 10 features walkthrough, NAMM 2018. Thanks for listening. This blogcast was read with the Ava voice on Mac OS X High Sierra.